Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Rose Cottage Acres. This morning I have something kind of exciting I'm working on. One of my friends has given me a pawpaw and I'm going to try to start some trees from seed. So this pawpaw is not ripe enough to eat, but this is the stage which you want to get for seeds. It's a little squishy and it's all this kind of browny green. So I'm going to cut it open and look for seeds. So here we are. Even though the fruit is small, it is full of seeds. Now it looks ripe and it doesn't taste bad at first, but because it isn't ripe, there's a pretty bitter little aftertaste to it. Apparently when they're completely ripe, there is not a bitter aftertaste. So I've got some seeds out. I'm going to rinse them a little and then I'm going to put them in this bag of peat moss. So pawpaws are really hard to plant and grow because they need several months of stratification and they need to be moist the entire time but not frozen. So I'm going to put the seeds in the fridge for about 4 months. So here are the seeds from that teeny tiny fruit. It was a palm-sized fruit and I've got all these huge seeds out of it. So I just rinsed the fruit off of them. And now you cannot let pawpaw seeds sit and dry out. They said if they sit for 3 days, they are 20% less to germinate right off the bat then. So they are going right in the peat moss. And they're going to sit in the fridge for about 4 months and then we're going to plant them in the spring. We're going to need to plant them in the shade and it might look like they're not growing for a while, but they grow down before they grow up. So they establish roots for a couple months and then they start growing up. They're very slow to grow. They'll be about 6 years old before they have any fruit. And they're going to need at least one other plant to be able to set fruit. I am visiting my grandmother and she lives in a retirement community. But you can see, even with this tiny little yard, she's got peppers and tomatoes, plenty of flowering things for pollinators, more tomatoes, just a tiny little space, but all filled with a little garden here. And she even has the hummingbirds taken care of here. She has bird houses for the little birds and a suet feeder. So even with a very small space to garden in, you can still grow your own food. And provide a place for nature.